Hey people, Summer here. Today I've got a new show and tell, and this is my first 32 scale plastic model jet, and this is an F16 by a company called Revel. I've done 48 scale, 72 scale, 144 scale. The 132 it means 32 times smaller than the actual aircraft, so that's every part of the model, from the wings to the weapons, to the exhaust, to the nose cone, to the intake. Everything is 32 times smaller. So a lot more detail shows up. Any mistakes show up a lot more. So you've got to be more precise. You've got to go into a lot more detail if you want it to look authentic. So let's have a look. The box is fairly heavy actually. Some weight to it. A few pounds anyway. The box is about a foot wide, but about a foot and a half long, and on the sides we have, it's made by a company called Revel, if I mentioned it. It shows some pictures of the aircraft built up and what it can look like. It's got a nice colour scheme to it. It's got the 50th anniversary of the D-Day invasion, and it's a 349 squadron. It's got a Spitfire on the tail fin. It shows that it's a British jet. But F-16s are made by American company. I think it's General Electrics, I think, GE. I know that they make the I don't know, it's North Grumman. Lockheed Martin make the jet, and Pratt & Whitney and General Electrics make the engines, that's it, and intakes. So in the box we have the canopy spur, which is highly clear and well defined, but it's in one piece. And the problem with this is you can't really show it open unless you do surgery on the part, and doing that you've got a high chance of ruining it, you know, and ruining the model. So what I tend to do, because a lot of times I'll spend so much time on a model and get it to do it to the best of my ability, and then ruin it by fogging the canopy with certain glue, or scratching it, or just getting paint overspray or bleed on it. So what I do now is I immediately take the canopy out and wrap it up and put it somewhere safe, so it can't be stood on, scratched. Because there's no point building all the model, like I say, and then chuck it away or buy another one just to get the canopy. Right, so we've got that, we've got the spur, we've got the decal sheet, which is really well produced. I don't think it's by any company other than Revel, but it does look as good as a company called Cartograph, I think. I don't think it is Revel that make the decals, because it's the 50th anniversary, like we say, of the 349 squadron with a Spitfire on the tail. So that's the decals. The instruction book is always by Revel. The new Revel model kits are a colour, even though this is an old one, because it's got raised panel lines, which I'll show you. But the instruction booklet are really, it's got all the colours which you need of every company, like Tamiya, what am I going for? There's Vallejo, there's Tamiya paint, Vallejo, Humbrol, Revel. It's all different colour codes for different paint manufacturers. And you've got all your parts, that you have. And then looking through, you've got, what I tend to do, I look through the instructions a lot. I get to know them, because sometimes following the instructions guidelines can raise a lot of problems. Like, they have you fix things and then not being able to get to it with paint. So you've got to work out the best orientation to do it, the best procedure to follow. And with aircrafts, that's usually what I do. I use the instructions as a guide, a rough guideline. Obviously there's things that you need to do definitely in the order that they tell you to do, like for instance the cockpit. Maybe you can't put the cockpit in afterwards, you have to put it in before. It's a lot of common sense, and this is the bit that I do like. The decal instructions and where they go are all in colour, which is, you've got all the, it's a lot easier to find out where the decals go when they're in colour. And the paint markings are in colour too. That's one thing about Revel. The instruction manual is absolutely, they're always absolutely brilliant. Level 5, like I say, it's the highest level up to go start from 1 to 4. Sorry about the camera view, it's just that I'm using this new headset camera mount. So if it's not in focus, I'm highly sorry. Right, so the first spur we've got, let's just put this on there. Right, the first spur we've got is the main fuselage ones. Oh, they are big. Each fuselage section is nearly a foot long. The only thing is, though, the panel lines are raised. So that's one of them. The wing ones, yeah. Well, if I can just take one out and show you. Try to check it out. If I'm not in view, I'm really sorry. If I'm not in focus, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to do it like this. Just trying to show you. Look how big they are. Put my finger there for perspective side, but look how big the missiles are. I don't even know if I'm getting this in shot. Look how big they are. These are sidewinders, usually they go on the wingtip missiles. These are AMRAAMs or RAMs. These are air to surface missiles or air to air missiles. These are air to ground bombs here. Like they can be JDAMs or some kind of other smart bombs. These here. Sorry, you can't see where I'm pointing. These ones are, this is a central line fuel tank, extra fuel tank. I used to think they were bombs, but they're not. They're storage tanks or fuel tanks. There's a few of these, a few different kinds. We've got, like I said, the only issue I've got with this kit is that the panel lines are raised. Let me show you. We've got panel lines here on. Can you see that? Panel lines here. They're raised. So once that's painted, to define them panel lines, you'd have to dry brush them. But you could do a pin wash, but they always look better when they're like the real aircraft, when they're recessed, because you can put washes on a lot easier and it's a lot more effective to get a better finish. But other than that, you could, I suppose, sand them all off, or the major ones, and rescribe them, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do this bit by bit, and I'll video it as I go. I hope this review, or this show and tell, with my first camera mounted headset has been... Oh, look who's there! Who's that? Who's that there? It's Milo. You want to say hello, Milo? Alright, thanks for watching, and